So it looks like our jackfruit has two little stems coming out, and it's got some little leaf activity there. So this guy survived 2 freezes this last winter, and at least 1 freeze the winter before that. But as you can see, it died down to under the ground. This is where it grew up, you know, to however big it was. This Mexican Tithonia sunflower, perennial sunflower, is sure bushing out a lot now here where we planted it. I don't even know where I planted the root pieces and stuff to this in other places. Maybe it'll surprise us one day and we'll see it somewhere. We've been moving a lot of plant material to this one kind of area here where we start our seedlings and, you know, cuttings and different things. There's a couple reasons for that we move, like our avocados and stuff here. One is it's getting later in the summer, so hot, you know, we're taking it from the full sun to give it a little bit of shade. If these were in the ground, we just leave them in full sun. We just water them well for the first, you know, 6-8 months here. The other reason is we only have like easy access to a water hose, you know, here versus, you know, it's probably 70 to 100 foot. I don't know how many feet the water hose is. It's a long one, but we have to kind of twirl it around in different areas, and, you know, it catches on, you know, tree stumps and different things, fences, gates, other plants. So we technically could have took a water hose, you know, another 60 or 80 feet and watered these kind of, but this is a centralized location and it just hasn't rained too much. We've had this is day 4 of thunderstorms. Is it gonna actually thunderstorm? Is, you know, first 3 thunderstorms were nothing. You know, it sprinkled for 30 seconds one day. It dropped just a couple little drops. You wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even call it a mist or a sprinkle on another term. And a few times it said, you know, we said, what's the weather? And it says it's raining now. We look outside, there's no rain, you know, several times. So we kind of rely on the weather forecast to say, do we need to water, you know, do extra watering today? And it's getting close to 90 degrees. We may have even had a 90 or 91 degree day already. But it's averaging, you know, 86 to 89 every day. And then we do get some cool mornings, but, you know, the little bit of rain that we get has not been good enough to keep these plants happy. Some of these pineapple guavas got a little bit of down droop, especially in their newer growth here. It's not horrible, but it's not so good that we, you know, don't want to move them or whatever. We definitely need to make sure everything gets well watered. In the comfrey, you know, as you can see, some of it's just kind of droopy looking there, so some days we might have to water twice, you know, in a day. Some of these flowers there got kind of yellowing and droopy, so hopefully bringing it out to the shade will help. These guys, these impatiens, really don't like the heat. Sometimes we have to spray water on them twice. We already did a mist this morning, which is why they look so good. And they're pretty much taking over. You know, there's a little bit of sage and stuff there, but these guys will droop fast, and, you know, they look like they're going to die by the end of the day. So give them a little bit more water and they perk up, and it is probably not the hottest part of the day yet. So hopefully, you know, the weather report says at 6 p.m. 51% chance of rain. I really do a lot of work on camera because I'm one-handed. I'm just going to spray everything down like a mist. You know, see if I can get a good mist going here. Because we already watered most of these guys. I did bring some other plants from another area. Even this beauty berries. I guess the soil that I have in here just drains a little too fast for it, so it's not that great. We give these arrow roots, and we brought some native sparkleberry. There's a parsley hawthorn over there, which I can't zoom in on. Mainly want to get these guys that I just brought in, get the leaves wet and get the soil a little bit wet. Probably need to bring the tomato over here. But yeah, let's give this comfrey a little bit of a drenching there. Like I said, there was a pineapple guava. Two of them at least were drooping a little bit. And I just brought one from the full sun where it doesn't get a lot of water unless it rains, or I bring like a bucket of water and water them. So maybe this will make them happy. Plants I just brought in here. Give it a misting on the leaves, the apple, the plum, and 3 avocados, and some flowers, and there's a I forget what you call it. There's a orchid, a ground orchid there. Having a brain fart, so I can't really tell you guys what it is. Let's just get some of these pineapple guavas from a different direction here. And this little fig and autumn olive that we just got recently. Jackfruit up there. And we need to clean up and organize this area a little bit better. Got 2 silverberries, which, you know, I bought them, one of them cheap, and then I got a variegated one that was on clearance. Now I'm not, you know, they are nitrogen fixers, but now I'm not sure if I even want to use them at all, or give them away, or what we're going to do with them. Hopefully this comfrey perks up a little bit since we give it a kind of a heavy drenching here. Yeah, make sure we get a good amount of water in these 2 avocado pots. Yeah, I think that's good for now, especially if we're going to get a potential rain. The clouds just kind of turned dark a few minutes ago, and I felt a little mist. 10 seconds after I turned the camera off, it started raining. Just kind of just barely over a sprinkle, like a very light rain. Don't know if you can hear it. You should be able to hear it in the actual speaker. Got wind and rain. Since it's in a shady location, it does take more rain to actually kind of get in here, because the trees and the leaves up there and stuff is going to block a lot of it, kind of like an umbrella or something. But if we get a hard enough rain, it'll just come back down to it anyway. I'm standing here and I don't feel it much, but as I walk here where it's a little more open, I definitely feel the rain. So we'll leave everything else where it's at. So what are we actually planting out this year? One of the avocados, probably the Lila, which hasn't flowered yet. That's going to hopefully be in the raised kind of arborist wood chip alternative bed. We're going to be planting out the plum somewhere. It's, you know, apples are one of the things that they say do not plant out, you know, in June in the rainy season. You need it like December, January, somewhere along that, or early spring. You'll have 7 pineapple guavas to plant out. Most likely this fig here. Let me see if I remember what it was. I don't remember, so let's look at the tag. It is a Deanna. We'll probably plant that out near where we planted the Olympian or whatever fig earlier this year. Here, a Meyer lemon, which is right there. Hard to see between all the avocados and stuff, will be planted out this season. The parsley hawthorn, the sparkleberry, those will be planted out sometime this month, or they should. The various hibiscus and mallows, we should plant them out somewhere. I'm just not sure. Natalie might want to keep some of them in the pot just to have, you know, where we can bring them in the winter. What else have we got to plant out? Probably at least one of the chaya that we've been rooting. Probably the wild cucumber, the little mini cukes. look like little watermelons. We'll probably find a place for that. We have some running around, you know, kind of near our wetland zone one area that produces every year. Possum passion flower. I think we have to plant that out too. This probably in wetland zone 1, near where the maypops are planted. Little ginger. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but definitely needs some place to plant. And the walking iris, you know, we could probably keep that one in the pot, but it seems to be producing little pups on the end of some of the leaves. Like, let me see if we can get a, right there's one. It'll produce roots eventually, and we can take those rooted pups out and we'll be able to plant. Little Tithonia here, the seedlings, they need to be planted somewhere, not sure where. Put this cast iron plant somewhere under a tree, you know, see if it'll propagate, you know, and kind of spread around. I don't know. Boatload of papaya seedlings here, which I don't know what we're going to do with them. We probably should hold back some to overwinter here, just to see if we can produce some papaya fruits next year. So they should get a pretty good growth, I guess, this year. Single them out in, you know, 1 or 3 gallon containers or whatever, and then plant them out or put them in a big container, maybe like this container or something, after frost subsides, and we might be able to produce some papaya fruits. That's about it for this episode or garden vlog here. I think that is it. There's probably other stuff that, you know, we forgot, or, you know. This video started out way differently than I planned it, or finished different than I planned it, but that's okay. We have other topics to discuss for our next videos, and yeah, we'll probably, yeah, we got like 3 or 4 different videos we need to do that are just right off the top of my head. The kids are home. It's Sunday, so it makes things hard, and I've got to finish this video and get back with the kids.